Wow. What? Wow. Ta-da. What's up, y'all? Yeah, your girl and came live. I got like 30 minutes so I could talk. Um, and yeah, so I just really want to go live real quick. I know like nobody knows this is going on. But essentially, a while back, I watched a Madonna video where she was talking about it was actually that Oprah reaction. And she was just talking about her journey with motherhood. And I had shared like a little tidbit about like my experience. And I forgot who it was in the comments, but I love y'all so much. Please forgive me. They were like, Empress, you never really told us like your pregnancy story. So that's why I'm here today, man, to talk about that real quick. And like, listen, let me just say this. People be like, oh man, you can forget about how pregnancy felt. That's how people have like a lot of kids. Yeah, right. No, not me. Like, I literally think about this moment every day of my life. But with that being said, y'all, real quick. So y'all already know before baby Empress, who's now 2 years old, like literally somebody in the comments was like, they watched the video of mine from 4 years ago. And they were like, oh, this one Empress used to be outside before baby Empress. And I'm like, dang, yeah, motherhood has calmed your girl down. But anyway, y'all know baby Empress is 2 years old now, 2.5 at this point. Is crazy. Her birthday is coming up next February 5th. And wow, I'm gonna have a 3-year-old. It's crazy. But with that being said, like y'all know, when I was pregnant, like there was so much drama going on in my personal life. And some of y'all even remember as far back, what is like 2020, the end of 2021, early 2022, when I was actually pregnant the first time and had experienced that miscarriage. And yeah, that was like so shocking. It was so messed up. I don't know if anybody's ever been through that, but it is just so traumatic. And from my experience, it was even more traumatic. I'll never forget. It was like November, and I had went into the doctor's office, and it was my first visit. I went by myself, and it was the visit where they checked because we had did the home pregnancy thing. If y'all can remember, me and Pressure had posted it here on YouTube. It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna have a baby. And so again, it was like established I was pregnant. So I went to the first doctor's appointment by myself, where they actually like, we're gonna listen to the heartbeat. And I'll just never forget, you are just young, and really doesn't even matter if you're young or not. If it's your first time, you just like, okay, cool, like what's going on? The heartbeat, you know? And so I'm sitting on the table, I never forget. And when something bad is happening, especially like in the medical field, um, you start to pick up on cues. So it wasn't the doctors, the person that do the ultrasound, whatever they called, the lady just started like looking crazy and she wasn't saying nothing. And so she was like, go ahead and you know, put your clothes back on. I'm gonna have the doctor come in to talk to you. So I was just like, okay. And then literally like 5 minutes pass. So you already in your head because you really don't know what's going on. And the doctor comes in and gives me the unfortunate news, like, yeah, you were pregnant. It's like, huh? And I don't know if you've ever been through like a traumatic experience, but when something like that is happening, you're hearing it, but you can't process it really. So I was processing like, and it's like everything after not hearing a heartbeat, it just went like, whoa, what? Boom, boom. And so literally, I'm trying to process this. I get in the car. I remember, my husband, he was at work. I'm calling Pressure, and I'm like, I don't even know what to say. You know what I'm saying? It's like, eh, the mom, me, the carrier, I'm just hearing this news, and now I got to tell the happy, expectant father, like, these people saying they can't hear a heartbeat. Like it was just so devastating, y'all. And then even more devastating part was it dragged out, right? So literally that was November. I remember I had to go to the doctor on my birthday, December 17th. And literally, like, I had to like make the decision on essentially, how I wanted to remove the fetus. And man, that was crazy because Pressure was sick at that time. We think he had COVID, not sure. And I remember like, just crying and really, they say like your faith is always tested. And I literally had to look at life differently. It was at that point after that visit, I had to pray to God to say, give me the strength and just the foresight to be able to deal with this afterwards. You know what I mean? Like, because I'll never forget just driving home. Pressure was in the driver's seat at that point, and I was just like, just bawling my eyes out, just crying. And, I was just kind of wondering, like, was this baby in pain or what did I do wrong? You know what I mean? And honestly, it's one of those things too. Y'all already know I was going through a lot of things with my family. And I was just like, something that's really, we've tried to move past that. So, but for those of y'all who remember that live, yes, slowly reconciling, with my mom. I did want her to have a relationship with baby Empress. So, we moved on from that point in life, but still, I remember we sent her like the little text, like with the picture, like, oh, we have the baby. My mom did not respond back. And it was crazy because my mom was literally treating me like I was a high school girl who had got pregnant or something, like I was married at this point, right? Like she didn't respond. And that was the first time I didn't go to my family Thanksgiving. Like I didn't talk to my mom for months. And that was the first time in my life where I didn't even talk to my mom like that. So in my head, in that car ride home, I'm also thinking like that it's the stress of like, my family not being there. Is that also like playing into, what happened with this baby? It was just so much, y'all. And so anyway, literally I remember like over Christmas, that's when I had to take like the pills and oh my gosh, it just hurt so bad, y'all. And again, I was just so depressed. And if y'all can recall, it's videos where Pressure actually was reacting with me at that period. And the reason why he did that is he was trying to get me like out of that funk and trying to help me basically cope. And literally, it was hard on him and it showed up in him in other ways, but it was just something. It was one of those first things in life where we faced something as a married couple that was just devastating. And honestly, it's kind of like, you know, how do you move on from like that kind of loss of, a miscarriage and especially a miscarriage in that manner, right? It just took us by surprise. And, so after that, I remember I had like real bad like and also let me just say this too. It's so crazy because it's literally a short of me. Hey, it's literally a short of me here on YouTube where I'm doing like the Macarena or something. It was when that like TikTok or that hey Mufasa, everybody dance now. Anyway, that thing almost has a million views. And literally that was like the lowest point of my life. You know what I'm saying? Like it is so funny how life can be like that. How like when you are low, like you get this kind of like success out of nowhere. And so I remember even like, post hey honey, I remember like post losing the baby. I had started to break out a lot because I guess it was hormonal things happening. And I remember going to a dermatologist and they were like, yeah, we can give you this pill. I forgot what the pill was called, but they were like, yeah, one thing about this pill though, like if you're trying to have a baby, we say don't take it because it's that deadly. So for me, I'm a person, I don't even like taking medicine low key, for real. Like maybe a day or two, but other than that, like I'm a type of person where it's kind of like, let's go the natural, holistic route if we can. And so I was just breaking out like so bad. And I remember me and Pressure, like we were out on a date, and I was kind of like, contemplating whether or not I want to take this medicine for real, for real. And then like literally like maybe a month or two later, we go out. I'll never forget it. I tell Pressure, I'm kind of like, I think, something might be going on. I'm a little late. And it's so crazy. Like, even when you're married, right? It's kind of like, I'm a little late. And so it wasn't one of those things where we wanted to necessarily have a baby, another baby again, because I felt like we were still, healing, but it's just one of those things, you doing to do it happens. So like literally I remember like we went to like, and again, this is Georgia, we went to the Dollar General, and I'll never forget the cashier's like, yeah, man, is this something that y'all plan? Like, if not, I'm sorry for y'all. It was like, no, like we good, like we're happy. Boom. So I remember taking the test. And again, it was like one of those dollar tests too, but those things be right. So it was like the two lines, they were strong. It was like, oh snap, like we're having a baby. Like, man, but in the same breath, still that trauma from the last pregnancy. It just like I just did not enjoy being pregnant because it was just filled with anxiety, honestly. Like every doctor's visit, holding my breath, especially that first one, right? Because literally the last time the first one was like, yeah, no, the baby is gone, no longer. It's like, whoa. So every time just holding our breath, holding our breath, holding our breath. And literally, like I remember even like when we did the what's the test called? I forget, where you can kind of see if your kid is like predisposed to any illnesses and things like that. Holding the breath, the sex of the baby, holding the breath. Like I just for sure knew baby Empress was going to be a boy. Like even I remember seeing like the first sonogram. It was like, I think that's a boy. But yeah, y'all see baby Empress. She is a girl and a girl at heart. Loves Barbie. Loves wearing dresses. Loves wearing wigs, heels, all of it. So anyway, again, that whole time, right? It was just very much like I'm just filled with anxiety, like holding my breath. And literally, like, we had the sonogram pictures of baby Empress. We would like literally praying every night. And literally, like, again, we were happy and excited, but we just couldn't relish in the excitement just because we had been hurt before. So anyway, again, past post, I already built all that drama. At the same time I was going through with my family, and I'm like, oh my snap. Like me and my husband, we started beefing a little bit because of the drama of the family. Like it was just too much, y'all, to the point where I'm getting stressed out. And again, a lot of people say baby Empress looked just like her daddy. I'm like, listen, man, that whole period of life is just so stressful. And again, I just didn't enjoy being pregnant, like with the stress, then the changing of the body. Like first trimester, I was literally just eating peaches and chicken, hard, like peaches and chicken, peaches and chicken. And then I was also second trimester, I got like heavy on Ritz crackers and ginger ale. Third trimester, y'all, I was straight up fat girl. I was eating whole pizzas. Like I didn't care what kind of pizza it was. Tombstone, DiGiorno, Domino's, Papa John's. Like literally, I was eating pizzas every day. Like and literally, like baby Empress love pizza right now. But yeah, man. So, also through that, right? First time going through with like a full term pregnancy, my body is changing and it's weird. So like I literally still have like a six pack, like or four pack. Maybe I'm doing too much saying six pack. Four pack, first trimester, right? I'm wearing like little cute crop top still. Boom. People don't even know I'm pregnant. second trimester is when, like, I'll never forget the night. My fingers started swelling up, and I just started crying because I'm kinda like, "Whoa, what is happening?" And because I had had a miscarriage, the doctor was having me taking, baby aspirin every day, right? So my fingers are swelling and I don't have on my rings right now, but literally I remember like crying because I didn't know what was happening to me. And so like literally I didn't wear my wedding rings for maybe majority of the pregnancy, right? And like literally it's so crazy. Like my stomach just kept getting bigger and bigger, but it was weird because people still didn't really like people out in public. They still really didn't know I was pregnant. Like I think they just assumed like I was like a little, thick, chunky or something. But I would be like, yeah, I'm like 8 months pregnant. They're like, what? So anyway, and when I look back on these videos of myself pregnant, I mean, I don't even really watch my videos, but I might see like the thumbnail and I'm like, oh boy, I was heavy up in that pregnancy. Like baby Empress was wearing me out along with everything else in life, right? So literally my feet is getting big. It got to the point where I literally could only wear like some sandals because my feet was just getting swell. I was just like getting so big. I think by the end of the pregnancy, like before the pregnancy, I feel like I was like 130, 135. By the end of my pregnancy, I was like 192. Like we were calling me Big Bertha. Okay. Like it was crazy. But again, people are like, oh, you wear the weight well. And even right now, like, again, baby it was like 2. And I feel like I haven't necessarily gotten my body back all the way. My husband, he's like, oh, I like, the thicker, thicker booty, bigger boobs. Like, I'm like, okay, that's cool. And really, I don't mind that stuff either. But my stomach is still an area where I'm still, working on. Y'all know your girl had the stomach was right. So I'm still getting back there. And with that being said, like going back to like up until the delivery thing. So like I'll never forget. So maybe they said Empress was supposed to be born like February 10th, but again, she came 5 days early. She came February 5th. And so I remember probably like maybe February 2nd. Literally again, like everything was getting heated with my family. I never had high blood pressure, but this particular night it felt like I was having contractions. So we went to the hospital and the staff was kind of like, you're not dilated enough. We're gonna send you back home. I was like, okay, cool. And so it was this company, I think they went out of business now, like called Bye Bye Baby or something like that. And so, like, they were having a sale, and so, like, literally, guys, we were, like, just holding our breath this whole pregnancy to the point where we hadn't got anything, like, no clothes, no stroller, no car seat, no nothing. So, that weekend it was weekend because Empress was born on a Sunday. So, that Saturday we went to the Bye Bye Baby store and we bought like, a few clothes. We bought a car seat, not a stroller, car seat. And yeah, that was it. And like literally I called up a friend because we were on like her side of town. Her husband, they already had their little boy. He was already like a year. So, like before you have kids, if you're with like a couple around your same age group and they already like have a fairly young kid, you kind of get a glimpse of like, oh, okay, so this is what our life is gonna be like, kind of thing, right? So like they brought their little boy to like this Mexican restaurant. The food was good, but I was really having like bad acid reflux at that time. Like literally, y'all, if y'all see some of them videos I was pregnant, number one, I felt like I didn't even look like myself. Number two, it was hard for me to breathe. Like baby Empress was all up in the lungs or something. Like, and then again, just having that acid reflux was, oh my gosh, just the worst. And so toward that third trimester, she was just not feeling when I was eating beef. It was not agreeing with her at all. So anyway, we go to the Mexican restaurant, and again, Mexican restaurant acid reflux. I was asking for it, right? So anyway, we're talking and talking about drama with my family, and then my friends tell me like, "Oh yeah, like before I had my son, my mucus plug fell," and I was like, "Mucus plug, like what is that?" Like what? So anyway, boom, she tells me that. So me and Pressure, we get home. I go to the bathroom and guess what? My mucus plug fell. I was like, okay, this is weird. So they at that point they had already gave me like the number to like the doctor staff, if I needed anything, whatever. So when and again, this might be a little bit TMI, but when I wiped, it was like a little blood. So of course, losing a baby, my mind already went there like, oh no, like the last trimester, 9 months in, am I about to lose my baby at this moment? Right. So I start panicking. And so I called the nurse and she's like, no, 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 like you're good. It's just like a little bit. It is okay. Okay. So Pressure is like, talking me down as well. He's like, no, baby, like, God got us, we haven't came this far to lose the baby. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So, when something kind of weird or bad happens to you, it's just hard for you to sleep, period. But either way, I'm pregnant. Y'all saw Cardi B at that trial. I was just like that, y'all. Like, second trimester, your girl was like Pressure got some embarrassing videos of me like slobbing everything. Right, your girl, them babies have you tired, but they say them girls just drain you. And literally, like, but again, I just had so much other stuff going on that again, I was just drained. Period. So anyway, we go to the bed, and at this point, y'all, I'm so heavy. Like the bed is starting to squeak a little bit. Like, and literally, I can't even get up because again, your belly is big at this point, so there is no sleeping comfortably. Like that's a wrap. And literally to the point where Pressure used to have to help me get up out the bed, y'all, because like it was just so messed up. And just going back, right? I kind of feel like if I had maybe had exercise during pregnancy, that some of the baby weight would have left faster. But again, I was just so scared to do anything after that last miscarriage that I just was like, you know what? I'm just going to drink all the fluids, eat, because again, your mind is playing tricks on you because I was, I guess, looking back, kind of semi blaming myself still, for that miscarriage. So I'm just like, I'm just going to not do nothing. Like, I'm not going to jeopardize this pregnancy at all. So anyway, the girl was struggling to get up out the bed, right? I'm Big Bertha walking around. And I even started doing the baby waddle. Like, that is for real, y'all. Like, I remember I used to be like, oh man, them pregnant girls, they just be doing too much. Why are they waddling? But no, like that, you can't even help it. You just start, you're tired. So anyway, we are asleep and it's like 2 o'clock up in the morning. Hey Felix, shout out to you. Your mom had a couple of miscarriages before. Wow, man. Shout out to your mom. That's a strong woman. Shout out to your dad too. They went through a lot. But anyway, 2 o'clock in the morning, like I'm in the bed, I'm asleep, and literally it's like just gush. It's again TMI. This gush of like just fluids just come out of my body. I'm like, oh, what? So like I get woke up out of my sleep. So Pressure, I'm like, baby, yeah, I think it's time. And he's like, oh, man, he just I'm like, I think it's time. He's like, what you mean? Like, we just went to the hospital. So he thinking I might be doing too much. I'm like, I think it's time. I said, look, the bed is wet. He's like, did you pee in the bed? I'm like, fool, like I know how to control my bladder. What are you talking about? Like, I think my water just broke. And he's like, oh. So, he started getting up, doo. And again, yeah, I think I'm trying to remember. I think had a pregnancy bag, maybe, maybe not. Knowing this whole situation, I probably didn't even have no pregnancy bag packed. So I probably was doing it before we left. So anyway, I run to the shower because I'm thinking like your water break and it's just this one time, fluid that happens. Didn't know it was no need for me to take a shower because homegirl was in labor, you know what I mean? So literally we get to the hospital. We probably live maybe about 20, 25 minutes tops away from the hospital. Whoa, when I tell y'all them contraptions was molly-whopping me, I'm like, "Oh my god." I thought I was about to die. Like, it was so strong. And, for all the women out there who have period cramps, it was like period cramps on demon time. Like, it was just too much, y'all. So literally, we get to the hospital, we pull up, what's the little section called? The maternity section, whatever, the pregnancy section of the hospital. They already know I'm coming. So we get there though. I am shocked that we have to fill out paperwork. I'm like, oh, I'm thinking like it's TV, like we just about to go straight back to the delivery room. Oh no. And literally, again, my husband is like quintessential man. He don't got the answer sway. So he like, baby, what's this? What's that? What's this, Sharon? I'm like, you know what? Just let me fill it out. Like literally, like I'm shaking, like, oh, it hurts so bad. It hurts so bad. And so, hold on, feel somebody read your comment real quick. I've heard about women going into false labor and then it comes back. I've heard some people have it happen a few times. So sometimes it's, yeah, yeah. So I guess that the first time I had went to the hospital, that was like what they call like Braxton Hicks false, but baby Empress is letting us know like I'm coming. Because again, baby Empress is supposed to be born 5 days before or 5 days after she was actually born, according to the doctor, right? So, and that's one thing. Again, y'all know Miss Ross on the boss. Love told me who was the boss. Well, the baby, and God taught me who was the boss. It's kind of like, yeah, nah, the baby just gonna come on daytime. They gonna do what they want to do. Ain't no, because I'm thinking like, this not gonna happen. So anyway, we in the delivery room. I'm getting pissed off because I'm like, man, why didn't brought me to the delivery, right? Boom. So we go back to the delivery room after I can't even remember because at that point, time just start moving crazy. So we get to the delivery room, and again, I'm thinking like, oh, I'm about to have the baby. Didn't know, or again, didn't even realize about this labor part, right? So it's like, wait, so you mean to tell me I'm having all these crazy pains and the baby ain't about to come out right now? So I'm in the bed, y'all. And I remember right before, maybe like a week before I had to go to traffic court, I had just got that green. I remember you said that green BMW, the 430i. So I had gotten that and probably had a ticket. Yeah, I had a ticket because I had to go to traffic court, right? Your girl, she be getting tickets. But anyway, I had to go to traffic court, and it was a pregnant girl up in the traffic court. Well, no, she wasn't pregnant. She had just had her baby. Her baby was like a newborn. And I remember talking to her, and she was like, "Yeah, don't let them give you the epidural in the beginning because it's gonna wear off." So I had the girl's statement in my mind, like, "Okay, yeah, that girl says it's gonna wear off." Yeah, right. When them folks came in there, it's like, yeah, would you like the epidural? Sign me up right now. So literally, they like my friend showed me a picture of like the actual needle they use because again strategically they don't show you that needle because it looked crazy. So I didn't see it. And at that point, I was in so much pain, I probably wouldn't even care what that needle looked like. But I do remember being like sore a little bit after for a couple of days, where they put it at in your back. So anyway, they gave me the epidural, and literally, y'all, it's video footage I still have where it was like, I guess the pain was so intense that my body, of course, was still feeling it. And I was like shaking, like, but I wasn't necessarily feeling it was numb, but my body was still just shaking uncontrollably at that point. So anyway, it's kind of like hours go by because I told y'all we get to the hospital probably about 2:30 in the morning. Baby Empress wasn't born at probably about 3 o'clock, 2:30 in the afternoon. I didn't know literally I was going to be at the hospital that long. So anyway, y'all know pressure, he done went to sleep and all of that stuff. And I kind of like black out a little bit here and there because again, I don't take naps and I guess I have like a high threshold sometimes for pain, well, pain medicine. And or literally, maybe I'm just a fighter. I think I just be fighting sleep or whatever. But I was trying to stay woke, but with those off, blah blah blah. So I remember they would come in, every 30 minutes, hour, check to see how much I had dilated. They're like, nope, you're not there yet. No, you're not there. Then I remember, boom, the midwife come in and she rolled in with a little cart. She's like, okay, it's time. I'm like, okay, not knowing what I was about to get myself into. So literally, again, TMI, but hey, this is a pregnancy story. I had a vaginal birth, right? So it's a lot of pushing and pressure was just so great, y'all. I called him like my doula. He was just like talking me through it. They had my legs up on like the little stirrups, and he's like, "Baby, just act like your skin." But I'm kind of remembering, kind of not. But like he's holding my hand the whole time, and they're like, "Push, push." And so I remember because again, you kind of like just blacking out because it's just so much pain and so much going on. But something that sticks out in memory is they're like, "Oh, we see hair, right?" So I'm like, "Yes," like that means she just about to come right out. Yeah, right. It was like I was pushing maybe an hour later after that still. And so I remember like feeling once her head had came out, then the rest of the body just came out right. And it's like these excellent pictures. Like y'all probably seen them in like little compilations we did with the little short, but like pressure holding her. He had on like his maybe the wrong person to use, but like little Cosby sweater, right? Like that. He's looking down at Empress. And I just remember like when they gave me Empress and I looked at her, she smiled, and I was like, oh, this kid's gonna have a great sense of humor. And literally, like, they took her away. I remember Precious, like, hold on, let me make sure my baby got, 10 toes, 10 fingers, right? And so they were like, y'all want to take pictures? And Precious like, no, y'all need to clean my baby up. Like, I'm not about to have my baby first pictures looking crazy. So they went to go clean her up. And after that, they took her away, of course, to check her out and all that. And Pressure, where did he go? I think he after he made sure she was good, he came home to check on me more because again, we had been gone all that time. So he was like, I need to, let her out, make sure she get fed and all that stuff. So I had time at myself at the hospital because ironically, even in the labor portion, I'm thinking about my family and I'm kind of like, oh, should I tell them that I'm here? But again, it was just so much family drama going on. I was just like, you know what? Like let's just let this be a moment between, for my new family. Because again, you guys know from that previous video, family just had a hard time dealing with the fact, like, I'm like married now, you know what I'm saying? Like I started my own family, that sort of thing. And so literally a friend had like text me and I don't know why I even responded, but I was like, oh, I'm in labor. So they ended up calling my mom, and then there was this big old kind of drama after that, because of course she felt some type of way because I didn't call her. And long story short, she didn't come see me in the hospital. But anyway. So after, Pressure had left, like, I guess it's just like a natural fighter in me or something. But I get up, go to the bathroom, and the nurses are shocked, like, hold on, you walking with the epidural? And I'm like, yeah, I'm cool. Like they tried to help me, but I'm like, I already got it. It's cool. And so anyway, and remember, y'all, at this time we had like literally started the moving company because that was what was going on too. We had to cancel like some jobs that we had because I was in labor, of course. So anyway, They moved me to another room, which I wasn't expecting. I didn't know that was a thing. They moved me to another room, and then from there, they had brought baby Empress in the room with us, and they would come in, change her pamper, and I remember like I tried breastfeeding her maybe the first 2 days. I didn't really like it because number one, it just felt weird, and then number two, I'm kind of like I don't have any gauge of seeing like, is the baby even like getting any milk for real, for real? Like, what's going on? So, they had like the lactation nurse come and talk to me or whatever, but I was just like, you know what? I think the best thing for me is gonna be the bottle. So, um, anyway, so they come in there, and then I remember at one point in time, like the next day, day two, they're like, "Oh, you can change her pamper yourself." And I was like, "Oh," like I thought they was just gonna like, change her for me the whole time we was there. And literally, like I have two younger sisters, but like I wasn't really changing diapers like that. So I didn't even know how to change the diaper. I was putting the thing on crazy, but now I'm an old pro. But anyway, so the part in the Madonna video that I had shared was that baby Empress had jaundice. So the second day, they had gave me my papers and let me go. But they wanted to keep her in the hospital. And like it was just so terrible, y'all. Like she was just so y'all remember how baby Empress looked. Like she was just so small, so cute. The nurses come in there, they're like, we see a lot of babies, but your baby is truly beautiful. And I'm like, oh. And it's so weird because but you don't necessarily feel like a mom, especially if you don't have kids, right? It's like, yeah, it's kind of like the two don't really connect until the baby is in your hand. You're like, oh, this was the little thing that was inside of me, like kicking. And really, you really don't even realize that you're carrying the baby for real, until they do start moving inside you. And then you go through those moments too, those days where you get scared, like, oh, the baby not moving that much. Like, is the baby okay? Again, pregnancy is just very anxiety riddled for me. But anyway, um, Eric, you asked you remember the first song you played for Baby Empress. Eric, come on. Up in that delivery room the whole time. We was just playing Michael Jackson. So I feel like Baby Empress was maybe came out on Man in the Mirror, a little bit Smooth Criminal, cause Pressure, he was trying to make me laugh and stuff. He was in there trying to dance. And y'all know Pressure's a kind of muscular guy. Well, ain't no kind of he is muscular, so y'all know it was a little stiff, but he was dancing. It was cute. But again, the mind still was somewhere else, y'all. The pain was just too much. So anyway, they had discharged me from the hospital, and well, going back, first of all, let me just say the second day I was kind of heartbroken because I literally thought like, oh, I pushed the baby out. I'm about to have my like little 4-pack back. I remember I looked in the mirror because I had on this Victoria's Secret pink what you want to call it, like a little tracksuit. And I remember I had put the jacket on, and I'm like, hold on, it's still giving I'm pregnant. I don't like that. So I was heartbroken about that a little bit. But and then it's just weird too, because at that point, the baby is just so new where, they cry a little bit, but not too much. It's still relatively quiet. And again, being at the hospital, if you are a new parent, you still aren't necessarily like parenting yet, right? It's you're still not kind of putting two to two together for real, for real. So and Felix, shout out to your niece. Yeah, she just graduated from high school. Yeah, it's crazy. Like I can't believe baby Empress 2.5 already. So I already know that's crazy to think about. But anyway, the nurses staff at the hospital, they were like very nice to me. They was giving me, like, what you need, Tylenol 3, da da da, And so at the same time though, again, for the movie business, yeah, no, I was like basically all the admin stuff was me. Pressure was all the field. So literally next day I'm still taking calls like, hello, thank you for calling, da, 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 right? Because we still needed money. So anyway, um yeah, baby Empress had jaundice, so they had discharged me, and they made me what they call it, like a visitor to the hospital, but like we could still stay in the room, right? And so, like, literally, it was just so sad to see this little baby. She had to put on like these little goggles. And again, at that point, now I see like her eyes are still glossy because I know they say like kids or babies rather can't like necessarily see things in color like the first maybe month or something that they're born. But anyway, the little baby, I remember they had to put the goggles on her. That's when she really started crying. And then they had to come in and put like this light. She had to stay under this light for like the whole night. And she was just crying. And honestly, that was like my first kind of, I feel like, real motherhood thing where like the mom kicked in me because she was crying. And I got up out the bed and put my pinky in her little hand. She wrapped it around it. And like, it's touching my heart right now. And I was like, yeah, she know I'm her mama. And like, that's my little baby. So I was just like, I'm here with you, baby. I'm here with you. And so, like, the test still wasn't looking good, honestly. So the next day we still had to stay again and we did another one. And it was kind of like, but she passed like all the hearing tests and all of that kind of stuff. And literally, at this point, I broke down. I had to call my mom, y'all, because who else I was gonna call? Really, again, the kid in you scared. It's like, who else you gonna call? I'm gonna call mama. So even though we was beefing or whatever, and she did come to the hospital, I'm like, they said my baby got jaundice. I don't even know what that means. Like it's just everything's coming at you, and she's like, your baby gonna be okay. Da, 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 da. Talking to mom just make me feel a little better. Um, and finally, they were like, y'all could be discharged because pressure, he would go to work, come home, um, feed me more, take her out, and he brought like some of the towels from the hospital home so Mia Moore could get used to the baby scent, right? So when we brought her home, she wouldn't be like a total stranger. But Mia Moore was hating a little bit, y'all. But it still do like Mia Moore still get like a little jelly. Like it's so crazy. Before I had Empress, Mia Moore never wanted to be petted. None of that. Now every time Empress give me a kiss or something, Mia Moore want me to come pet her. And like I'm like, Mia Moore, you're like 65 pounds, girl. I cannot pick you up. But anyway, so pressure he put on. He was the first person to put on Empress like real clothes because then she was just swallowed up in the hospital blankets and stuff. And I remember when I was like taking a shower, I had came back and again been in the hospital so like invasive, right? So like I came back out the bathroom. These folks up in the room, my little baby doing the photo shoot. I'm like, who are you? And they're like, oh yeah, we sell like these hospital pictures. And like, mom, do you want to be in the pictures? And so I'm like, I got like on pajamas. I'm like, okay. So like look at the little pictures, whatever. When we seen how much they was charging, it was cap, y'all. We like, yeah, nah, we good. We'll just keep the copies of these little copies here. But anyway, so literally remember again, I told y'all we had just bought the car seat like 2 days before. Didn't know how to put that thing in right. So I remember like we went in to the hospital because like they had wheeled me and baby Empress out up the curb, pressure trying to like put the car seat in. And so he came in and was like, can y'all help me? It was like hospital's like, nope, no liability. Like y'all can go to the fire station, but we cannot help with the car seat. So let's just say the car seat was not putting that thing right. And if y'all know anything about them baby car seats, even now, like I hate having to take Empress car seat out and like maybe clean it because now, of course, like she's just making a mess up in my car. But like it is so hard with them little hooks and with these nails, especially like, yeah, little things. So anyway, we get home and yeah, life was never the same after that. Like literally, y'all, there is not a day that has passed by since I had baby Empress that I do not think about that day for real. Like I don't know what these folks talking about. Like, oh, you forget how it felt. Nah, like literally. And so now we're at the stage where we're kind of contemplating about we call it baby dose. The baby dose operation? Will we have baby number two? And literally, we are both kind of split on that because a part of me is like, yeah, I feel like Empress would be a good sibling. Of course, she would love another playmate and all that kind of stuff, right? But then the other part of me is kind of like, oh, my life has never been this chaotic before. Like I'm used to, doing things at a certain time. Yeah, like one thing life has taught me at this point in being a parent is that you can plan, but that's not how your day gonna go. Like, nothing is ever smooth anymore. Like nothing. Rather, it is accident because now we're in that potty training stage, and that's kind of hard considering how smart baby Empress is. That's kind of hard. Um, or it is the terrible twos. Miss, I want to throw a tantrum. I want to bring all my Barbie dolls. I want to wear this dress. I want to wear these shoes. I don't want to put on this. It's kind of like, girl, you already acting like a teenager. But again, just so thankful to God because again, like just knowing what we went through and how much we were praying to have this little girl and like literally y'all again it's gonna sound corny cheesy but it's so true like every day I'm literally just so proud to call her my daughter like I just like oh my gosh like I'm at the car right now I'll be like man like I just hope I feel this always feel this way about her like for as long as I'm alive she's alive and I just hope like our relationship stays kind of like it is right now in reality because Empress, baby Empress, she a little fireball, y'all. She be true with me. She be like, I'm mad. Like, okay, okay. Let's fix that. I have to put a little Matilda out on her sometimes. Like, I'm big, you're small. You know what I mean? Because I feel like sometimes baby Empress thinks she my mama. You know what I'm saying? Or like she always say, I'm your baby. Yeah, you're my baby, so I get to tell you what to do. But again, I just love how right now, even when she mess up, she comes to me like, uh-oh, and I feel like I try to parent like gentle but be firm. And sometimes, like right now, we're going through this thing where I'm asking pressure, like, do you think she comprehending when she get in trouble? Because baby Empress like to deflect, right? Oh, that's pink. Okay, we're not talking about that. Or she want to come give you a little hug or a kiss or something. And then it's kind of like, let's say if baby Empress does something and I have to scream or something like that she start screaming back at me, but she's literally saying what I'm saying to her. So that's why I'm like, what? Is the girl comprehending or not? But again, I know she's still learning and I just take that into consideration, man. One of the things I always just remember is like, kids have feelings too. And like I just always take that consideration when, I'm parenting and all of that stuff. But yeah, y'all know I love Baby Empress. Y'all see her, she's growing so much. Like Baby Empress is so tall now. So Eric, I see your question. Honestly, I felt like Baby Empress was maybe like 5 pounds when she was born. She wasn't big at all. And that's the thing, right? So for like the first maybe 9 months of her life, Baby Empress is kind of small. People like she'll be in the cart at the store. People look at me crazy, like, is this girl supposed to be in the cart? Like, yeah, this girl 9 months. Right? And one thing about Baby Empress, she's always had good head control. But now at 2.5, Empress is actually taller than most 2 years old. So right now she's like 41 inches and she weighed 39 pounds. So she's taller and she's bigger than most kids her age, which is so interesting to me because she was literally so small and it's like she had this growth spurt. But then Pressure told me he's like, yeah, like up until like 6th grade, I was like always the tallest person in my class. And I was like, what? Because my husband's not like, in my opinion, he's like an average man height. I don't think he's like considerably tall, but that was shocking to hear. So I was like, oh well, maybe this might be Baby Empress because people like she's gonna be tall, and I'm like, no, I think she's gonna be like me because I'm 5'2". So I'm like, I think she's gonna be like a little shorty like me, but we'll see, we'll see. But yeah, with that being said, guys, I just wanted to share that with y'all. Again, I saw in the comments like y'all was like, yeah, we didn't know you went through that. Like, yeah, y'all, it was just so much. But again, just know the love for Baby Empress is just so real. And again, I thank y'all because y'all were such an outlet for me. Um, During that time, y'all didn't even know it. Like, y'all didn't even know it. But y'all were I see you feel this. My nephew is 14, but still looks 10. Yeah, it's just like genetics just weird. Like for me, I've just always been like middle of the road height. Like I've never been like extra tall or anything like that. But and Eric, yeah, I know about you and your cerebral palsy, and yes, yes. But again, you're here alive and kicking, doing your thing, and I'm quite sure your parents are just like rejoiced and I feel like a blessing every day. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with y'all real quick. I gotta go pick baby Empress up. She doing a little nursery thing now, but just want to share that with y'all. And again, just thank y'all so much because again, y'all don't know what outlet y'all was for me. And I know y'all be getting on me like, oh, Empress be taking forever to do reactions and stuff, but yeah, life be life and sometimes. And even now, just trying to understand how to be a mom and just how to navigate time, because that's really the thing I'm just dealing with the most, like time management, especially being like such a driven person. Like having a child, I really had to put myself in her shoes and be like, I gotta spend time with the kid. Like I gotta play with her. I can't just expect her to always, want to do reactions with me and stuff. So yeah, yeah. But again, I appreciate y'all so much. And yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. Love you guys. And yes, little ones do know more than you give you credit for sure. Like I watch what I say, my language. I always try to be positive because even when Empress is like playing with her dolls and stuff, it's literally like stuff that I tell her, she's telling them. So I realize like just how much of my presence and what I speak will play into her as an adult. So I appreciate y'all. But yes, love you guys. Talk to you later.